toss that in the rumor.
Sure, no, that's totally fine.
Just say people are speculating that it might provide all new gameplay, but there's nothing concrete on that because so far the only thing we really know is that it's going to be Gen 8.
Pokemon is no longer a turn-based RPG. You're going to fight in battles like Pokken Tournament from now on. Confirmed.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You know what actually that makes me think of? Did anybody play Mortal Kombat Deception?
I did, actually.
Do you remember chess combat?
Oh, man. Yeah, I totally forgot about it until you said that,
That is a feature I wish they would bring back to Mortal Kombat, or just release it as like a standalone downloadable game, because I loved chess combat.
I would totally be down with that, yeah.
Ed Boon, you listening? Okay, so apparently their official statement is that they're considering new mechanics, which could be anything from something as asinine as Z powers to as revolutionary as a new gameplay mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Hi, live listeners. How are you tonight?
Hello.
Breeding Pokemon is going to be its own mini game, utilizing the deleted mini game from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Hi, live listeners. How are you tonight?
Lucas is like, take two. I didn't like that last one.
It's okay. Nothing we say live gets stuck. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I will try not to put my foot in my mouth this week.
Oh, you will.
What's really weird is that we don't have to sync up. Like, I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah, whenever we freaking want to go, we can just go, which is good because it's 9 o'clock.
For sure. Faux show, y'all.
Oh, wait just a sec. I'm just trying to find that Nintendo Wire article.
I'm trying to figure out the 6 Pokemon I want to use in my fight against next week, and it is not easy.
Why am I not seeing my claps on my well,
are you seeing any waveforms?
Yes, when I talk they're tiny.
Well, it could just be that it's like sound dampening you or something so you don't spike.
Yeah, I have some filters set up within the app, so
it's a good thing we don't have to clap. So how's my audio level then, Eugene?
I don't know. I can't see. Oh, I'm for that.
I mean, you sound good from our end.
Yeah.
Right. Let me.
Okay, I found my.
So I'm just going to keep on talking so that you can see my waveform, so you can see what my normal base level is, and you can tell me if you think this is high enough or low enough or whatever.
Just like mine. So.
Okay.
And you know what? On my end, I can't see. Oh, you have your screen share. I was going to say I can only see mine. Yeah, yours looks fine to me. And anyways, so just so you know, this app has the same filtering stuff that I would normally do. It'll do automatically. So it's going to level us all to the same audio level. It's going to filter out all the extra noise and everything. So hopefully, anyways, that's what this test is all about. So. All right. Well, I'm ready if you guys are ready, if you guys want to get going.
I'm ready.
We have 4 listeners. Hello, listeners. Oh, I don't even have the chat open.
I do.
I count on you guys.
I have it open, but I'm not. Haven't popped it out. Of course, I already got like 6 windows going right now. So
I count on you guys for the chat these days.
I forgot I have access to this. I don't think you guys do. Thank God.
What do we have? What do you have access to?
Can you not hear this stuff?
No.
I hear clicking.
Oh, it must be because
I hear crunching.
Yeah, I hear the sweet sound of Honey Nut Cheerios. This episode of Infendo Radio.
There,
you buy baseball.
Sour cream and onion. Oh, sweet. Eugene, you have beaten me to my soundboard. I was so gonna set up a soundboard. one of these days.
This one has this app has it set up. You know, now that I think about it, I bet you if you guys were to sign in with the login credentials that I gave you guys, we'll try this on the next test. But I bet you guys would have access to a soundbar too. I probably should have never told you that. Let's get started here, guys.
Yeah, but then aren't we all Infendo?
Yeah, good point. I bet you I can update my name though.
Actually, no, it doesn't let you log in twice with the same account because I had logged in as Infendo first.
So Lucas done. So maybe Lucas was the reason you had to do a password reset.
That probably was. I tried to log in about 20 minutes ago. Anyway, it's 9:06. Do you know where your Infendo
is? All right, guys, let's get started. No syncing, no clapping, just fucking going.
Dude, we can't start the show without a 3, 2, 1. Come on.
We absolutely can and will.
Oh, God.
All right, let's get rolling. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is episode, 300.
You've broken.
I've got all my wonderful hosts with me. How the heck are you guys doing?
No comment. You broke.
I left it to you guys to figure out who I was talking to.
Well, that's
Steve,
not fair.
How are you doing tonight?
You can't do this cold, like, not even a countdown clap, no clap intro. We can't do it. It doesn't work.
I'm really thrown off, to be quite honest with you. Like, this whole not using Audacity thing has thrown me off. But not talking about production anymore. How are you doing, Lucas?
Okay. I promised Steve I would do my Donkey Kong 64 voice. For that. I'm doing good, my friend. I'm doing real good.
Justin, you look like you have a freshly manicured beard and or haircut. Is that true?
Well, yes, I just got a haircut a few days ago, and I was actually just explaining in the YouTube chat, but since you brought it up, my sinus condition, my sinus infection from last week made it very difficult to keep my mustache clean. So I ended up buzzing that off and figured as long as I was buzzing that off, I'd buzz the rest off for the summer.
Eugene, you got to just cut all of that out of
This show's going to be a nightmare. You thought it was going to be easy.
No, we're good. We're rocking and rolling. You know what else is easy? Winning a freaking gift card for an eShop. All you got to do is retweet our tweet on Twitter, go to Infendo or the @Infendo Twitter account and enter for a chance to win right now. Do it. Go. Stop the recording. Go to follow us on Twitter, and you might get a chance to win a $10 eShop gift card. Also up for grabs this week is, or actually this month is, if you join us on Patreon, you can win one of three. No, not one of three. Three.
3 of 3.
Count them. 3 Infendo. Oh God, I cannot speak tonight. 3 amiibos. Lucas, take it away, please. Tell them about the amiibos.
Lucas,
That's
please.
right, Eugene. This month we have a lovely prize. 3 amiibos. The theme is cute because they were the first ones I could grab out of our giant bag of amiibos we keep in the house. We have a boxed Waddle Dee from Kirby, a boxed King DDD, also from Kirby, and a blue yarn Yoshi who wishes he was from Kirby, but he's not. He's from Kirby's Epic Yarn. These 3 boxed amiibos can be yours. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Don't correct me, boy. These 3 amiibos can be yours if you subscribe to us on Patreon.
Thank you for doing that for me. I couldn't speak, and you spoke for me beautifully.
Am I the only one who thinks the sequin dress was a little unnecessary?
All right, boys and girls. Well, what do you say we start talking about some news? Steve, you have quite a bit of news to kind of sift through. So why don't you take us away with our first couple of news topics?
Yeah, my duty tonight is to piss everybody off. So let's see how quickly I can do this. NBA Playgrounds, a game very near and dear to our hearts here at Infendo. We've spent many, many days talking about how much we love the game and what a quality game it was. Has a sequel that was actually just confirmed on the official Facebook page for the game. Not at all excited about that. So To the developers of that game, if you want to come on the show and defend your game, we would still love to have you.
That is an absolutely ridiculous thing to have happen.
What, them come on the show or them announce a sequel?
Take your pick, but I was talking about the sequel. Like, the first game was so mediocre, and like it got better when they like patched out that weird update that ate up like 20 gigs.
For you audio listeners, you couldn't see the air quotes.
Yeah, there were air quotes there. There were big air quotes.
But we could hear the sarcasm.
But like that's the thing. Like, there's a much better basketball game out there in NBA 2K18 or whatever it is. Like, who wants NBA Playgrounds 2? Nobody wanted NBA Playgrounds 1, and those of us that got it have
no. I wanted it. I wanted it to be good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. But now those of us that got stuck with that have Shaq Fu to look forward to, because apparently we love terrible games. And after that, we get NBA 2. They're not going to want to come on this show after that.
Can we place bets on which is going to come out first, Playgrounds 2 or Shaq Fu?
My bet is honestly on Playgrounds 2, just because I don't think Shaq Fu is a priority at all.
Or actually coming out?
Yeah.
So, in other amazing news that is sure to excite all of us here at Infendo Radio, Dark Souls has been delayed. The game and the amiibo have both been delayed to summer of 2018, which I know when that got announced, Eugene was upset about it. We had a couple of our listeners in Discord that were upset about it.
Okay, wait. I was actually not that upset about it. Like, it's like, yeah, I'll get to play it eventually.
You were upset.
I thought he was going to follow that up with Eugene was very upset about it. We had a couple of drinks.
Like, sure, I was definitely looking forward to playing it next month, but like, it didn't, like, it's not like somebody peed in my Cheerios. You know, I can wait.
Well, unfortunately, it's only like a 3-month delay, like at most. So it's not like it's going to be, you know, I mean, summer ends in like August. So we won't.
And they're still doing the test. Yeah, and they're still doing the test server thingy or whatever too. So at least we still get that. I mean, that's delayed, but I mean, at least we still get that.
Yeah. Well, and I think they had said that the test is still gonna happen at the same time it was, if I remember right.
No, that's also delayed, but it is still happening.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else to say about Dark Souls?
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a little bit upset, but like, I can wait. I've beaten it before, so it's like, you know,
it's not like ukulele levels of upset. It's not like I won't buy this game for any less than 50% off.
Which you're never getting a discount on because they keep announcing sales for the other consoles.
Then I'm never getting ukulele.
Exactly, that's how I feel about that one.
So, and then the last piece of news, which is actually good news, which is why we chose to do this last. Towerfall is coming to the Switch, which, for those of you that don't know, that was the first game that came out by the developers of Celeste. I actually got Towerfall Ascension as a PlayStation Plus game. I attempted to play it on the Vita. I had no idea what was going on. And so I kind of gave up on it. Can anybody explain it to me, or am I just going to have to buy it and try it again?
Yeah, I would say give it another shot, especially because there's multiplayer. So now that you have a group of people that could play multiplayer. Oh, but it's local.
There's no online. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Maybe they'll patch in online multiplayer, because that would be really awesome. I mean, but I don't think that's going to happen. Good point, Steve.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might just stick with my Vita copy and maybe try and understand it there, because I somehow don't think that's one that my wife will play. So, what kind of game is it even?
That's kind of a hard question to answer there, Steve. I would say it's kind of like a mix between almost Smash Bros. Kind of like, I don't know. It's really unique. There's not really another game like it, honestly.
Okay.
Like you just have to play it.
Time to dust off the Vita. See if I'm actually going to pick this one up.
You know, and I played it before too, but like I think I would definitely end up buying it again on the Switch.
Well,
do any of you guys care about any of these other games? Like, do you care about indie Celeste type game or indie game from the Celeste developer?
I haven't played Celeste, so
I am very interested in Celeste, at least because that game, it lets you play it how you want to play it. They want you to experience the story, and so they've put enough things in there that you can choose to do if you want to, if you're like me and don't like just, you know, brutally difficult games. So, you know, Celeste is one I still need to pick up.
Yeah, Celeste really doesn't have much of a bearing on me for this game. If it looks good, I'll get it probably. But, you know, being indie games, they have to be really special for me to want to play them. So right now I'm like at a cold 3. We'll see if I can get up higher than that.
All right.
Fair enough. Well, we didn't make it to the timer, but that's okay. We can move on to our next little bit of news. Do you want to take us there, Lucas?
Pokemon! You almost called me Steve. Yes, I want to take us there. I want to talk about Pokemon. Unfortunately, there's not that much to talk about, but that doesn't mean I can't talk. Pokemon Gen 8 is officially announced for Nintendo Switch. Officially, I guess, in like the least official way possible. Apparently, there was an interview with official Nintendo magazine, and the Pokemon Company has confirmed that the next game out, Pokemon, that's supposed to be coming out sometime this year or later, is going to be Gen 8. So that's really exciting for me and Steve and all of the other true Pokemon fans out there. The rest of you can just go die in a ditch. No, I love you all.
Shots fired, Eugene.
But really, right?
But yeah, no, it came as kind of a mixed news thing because there were a lot of people that wanted this to be a remake of Gen 1 who kind of feel that, you know, maybe Pokemon has become a little oversaturated with critters. I don't feel that way, but some people do. There were people that were hoping that this would be some kind of like bizarro new game experience kind of thing. While that's not the case, they have confirmed that they're working on new mechanics. Don't jump the gun on this one, however, though. That doesn't mean we're going to get like an entirely new type of Pokemon game like we discussed on last week's question block. It could be something as small as just like, hey, a new type got announced, or even smaller, like, hey, there's a new thing you can do with Mega Evolution called Super Mega Evolution. So like, don't hold too much stock to when Nintendo says that there's going to be a new game mechanic. But Pokemon Gen 8, that's exciting. Gen 8 is fun. I love Pokemon.
Well, they've always done new mechanics too. They did, you know, Mega Evolutions, and then they did the Z powers. And
the long and short of it is that a new generation of Pokemon means there's probably going to be new Pokemon. There's never not been new Pokemon in a new generation. It also probably means that we'll be seeing a new locale, which is exciting. And possibly there will be a new remake in the works at some point. Usually a new generation gets a new remake during its lifetime. That's not always the case, but it sometimes is. So
it's not like I'm not going to get this game, but what would get me excited is like some new mini game type stuff. I always get excited for the new weird mini games that they add for each game. You know, like give me like some kind of like Pokemon Snap-esque game. I know there was something kind of like that in Sun and Moon, but it wasn't the same.
No, it was exceptionally limited.
The thing that I want is and I've talked about this before, like when we were getting Sun and Moon, I want that like really rich post-game kind of content. Like, and I think a console is a great system to deliver that on. I know we haven't gotten that a lot lately with our 3DS games, but I think having Pokemon on a console gives them a lot of possibility to make a much bigger, more long-lasting game that maybe could kind of rope you in for a lot longer.
The last time I can remember getting a really good post-game was Gen 2. Gold and Silver.
Oh, yeah, for sure, right?
Gen 4 actually had really good post game. It kind of borrowed off of the Emerald stuff with like the battle tower, and it had like the battle, I forget what it was called, like the frontier, the battle frontier. Yeah, so it had like a section where like you could rent Pokemon and you could play with like pre-made combinations. It had like a little cup. It had like, you know, like the extreme battles for like the hardest fought Pokemon and stuff.
You're right,
like
I forgot about that.
A roulette where you could like get random items and abilities and stuff. Yeah, like stuff like that would be fun because then you could go back and you could like really challenge yourself and really like, you know, team build and strategize, and
something more than just the battle tree. Yeah,
the battle tree's been overdone way too many times now.
Yeah.
We're on like the 3rd iteration of the battle tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a thing. And that's probably going to be reserved for an entire podcast about it when the day looms with me and Steven. But,
we'll do it.
I mean, this might be what gets me back into Pokemon, because my experience with Pokemon is I'll go like a decade without playing get all into it, pour tons of hours into it, never get more than like 2 or 3 gyms into it, and then just completely drop off. That's been my experience with every Pokemon game since Generation 2. So,
the thing
I think having it on the Switch and having that ability to, again, switch between handheld and TV might be more incentive for me to kind of keep up with it.
For sure. When you can, like, Pokemon has always been a handheld game, obviously, but like having that, the ability to have it in the TV, but also have that, you know, familiar Pokemon ability to take it with you and go out and trade or do whatever, you know, like I think that's going to be really key for this game.
Well, and let's be real. Everything is just more appetizing on the Switch, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like you get a game on Switch, like Pokken Tournament, for example, that you had on Wii U, and it's like suddenly you're really into it and you're enjoying it because it's on a system that's amazing.
Well, and
instead of
also has like twice as many fighters, finally, all the ones that we've been missing from the arcade.
Yes, and that's true. And hopefully Pokemon Gen 8 does a good job of, you know, being a console game and not just being like a 3DS game on a Switch. But like at the very least, when you get a game on Switch, it just seems to last longer. Steven, I believe you had something to say.
I wanted to actually ask Justin and Eugene a question. One of the things that keeps me going on Pokemon over and over, hour after hour, is the fact that I have someone that I can strategize with and build new teams with and challenge myself with, you know, a lot. Like, it's no secret that Lucas and I play a crap ton of Pokemon just because we're always building new teams and we want to see how this mechanic works against this Pokemon type deal. What would it take to get you two, like, just a personal question, what would it take to get you two to the point where you would play significantly more than you have?
I mean, I just don't get as, I don't know if I can speak for Justin on this, but I just don't get as invested in Pokemon quite like you and Lucas do, you know, like I'll play to get to the end of the game, maybe play a little bit of end game, battle with some friends if, you know, that's something, if that's ever a thing. But like, you know, personally, there's never been a Pokemon game out that's come out since I've had a group of you guys, aside from Sun and Moon, which I just didn't quite get into for whatever reason or not. So I just don't know how to answer that question. I've never really gotten into that world of Pokemon, you know?
And don't think I'm attacking either. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, yeah, part of it is the lack of a community. I mean, the most I ever really poured into a Pokemon game was probably Platinum, and that was because Schnazzy had a hacked DS and was able to, you know, basically custom create Pokemon for me, and I'd trade him a Bidoof and he'd send me, you know, like a shiny Mewtwo with, you know, all sorts of special enhancements and stuff like that. And so, like, for me, like, I hate grinding, for one thing. Right. So that's always turned me off about Pokemon. I get OCD about making sure my entire box, all of my boxes are at a similar level so I can switch them in and out at will. So that ends up driving me nuts. You scoff, Lucas, but you have your own idiosyncrasies when you're playing games.
Oh, no, I'm just thinking... I'm just thinking of how incredibly like horrible that is for like a Pokemon playthrough. Like,
right. Well, I mean, part of it is years. Part of it is because I don't have all the stats memorized. I don't have all the moves memorized. I don't know which Pokemon I'm going to need in the next gym battle. So I try to have all of them ready to go. And as a result, I end up losing interest. The other thing is, you know, like I said, I don't really get into the stats and the nitty gritty of any RPG, let alone Pokemon. So once it starts getting into, oh my God, which move do I want to teach this? And once I teach it, I can't erase it. Or if I teach it to the wrong Pokemon, I might not have them and all this stuff. Then I just get overwhelmed with decisions and decide not to play. Like my type of
a RPG, lot of that just so you know, a lot of that has been taken away by in newer Pokemons. Like some of those.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, and that's why I'm thinking like maybe the Switch one, because the last one I played was Y, and that was pretty much more of the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a lot of enhancements in Sun and Moon that addressed a lot of the concerns that you have in that respect with post-game decisions. They made it much easier to find and farm moves and that kind of stuff. And even with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they enhanced that even further with reading special moves into special Pokemon. So I'd like to talk to you more about that when we have more time, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm kind of going over time, but this is the first thing I've had to say on this topic, and this is our last topic of the night. So figured we weren't going too far over our limit. But yeah, I mean,
we'll take it.
Pokemon Switch, I think the things that will get me into Pokemon Switch is, like I said, the enhancements to the gameplay that make it more accessible. The fact that I will have at least 2 friends who are also playing it and can kind of walk me through it. And the flexibility of, you know, playing it, you know, different ways of playing it. But, you know,
between Lucas and I, any issue that you have, I'm sure that either me or Lucas knows how to make it a bit better for you.
Well, if you know how to hack the game and send me a shiny Mewtwo with, you know, boosted stats, then that will be...
I actually do.
I think that people that do that are horrible scum. Yeah. So you're on your own with that one, guys.
See, the only way I got through Final Fantasy VII was I had a hacked game save that had all of the characters at level 99. Because I don't like grinding. I just want to get through the game, and if you know and it would be one thing if the leveling was. Like, there are certain RPGs where you level up at just about the right rate, where as long as you get into the standard battles... Oh, shut up, Zelda. As long as you go through the standard battles that you encounter on your way, you'll be at a decent level. And I've never found Pokemon to be that way. I've always found you have to grind in order to beat the gym leaders. So, anyway... I'm done talking about Pokemon now.
Okay, fair enough. So am I guess. But yeah, that is our final news topic for the evening. We kind of just ran short on news, but that's okay because we have a fun packed Nintendoons, which we're about to get to next. So we'll be right back while I get ready, and we'll start the show.
Yeah, Justin, the only issue with hacking Pokemon in Gen 8 is the Switch stores all the save data locally, and most of the hacking devices that are currently out require you to modify the save on your game card. So
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta pee.
Okay.
I'll be right here.
Yeah, so
I find this conversation so interesting because Pokemon really is like 2 games in one, at least for like someone like me. Because like the actual story is fine and all, and when you're playing it, it's like I'm playing an RPG and like I'm enjoying this story. But then once the story's over, you couldn't give less craps about it. Like it's all about the metagame. It's all about like, oh, this Pokemon has this thing added to it that's totally different. Like that's where like the hardcore, like I don't care about no stinking story comes into play. Like I will never play through a Pokemon story twice.
Well, and for me, the story is just a means to an end. For me, I have 2 goals in each game: to recomplete my living Pokedex and to keep it current, and to form new teams and see what new strategies are out there.
Pokemon is the. Go ahead. We're not even recording right now.
Well, I mean, we are, but we're not. But yeah, Justin, Jay-Z does bring up a newer point. You do usually get an experience share early now.
Yeah.
And the experience share it works for your entire party, not just the one Pokemon.
Yeah, it was like that in Pokemon Y. I think I've only beaten one gym in Pokemon Y, but I already have an experience share, so that's nice. That was a huge
bonus. and it was back in Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon too.
I was just gonna say before Eugene gets us rocking and rolling here, I think Pokemon is
fine.
the only
Fuck you
game...
guys. I'll leave. Bye.
Okay. All right. Pokemon podcast.
All right.
I think Pokemon is the only game that I'm actually more happy once I've beaten it than like while I'm playing it. Like every other game, I dread getting to the ending because it's over. With Pokemon, it's like I get to the ending and I'm like, okay, now I can get deep into this.
With Pokemon, it's just beginning.
Yeah.
And welcome back from Infendo Pokemon Radio.
Tales from Eugene's bathroom.
Actually, there is a tale, but that's going to have to wait for another podcast.
You know, there's surgery that can remove those.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for Thursday night when we do the Infendo Potty Podcast. All the news that's not fit to print on Infendo Radio.
Is it a cat tail or a duck tail? I know there's both in your house.
It's a duck tail. Ooh.
Ooh. It is actually, you're right on the money, Steve. It is a cattail.
Love it.
All right. So looks like we're good. I was just checking to see if there was any other.
If we're ready to go, I'll stop eating Pringles, but you know.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll if you guys are. Does anybody need to take a break or anything?
I think I'm good. I have been muting while I've been crunching, so you know.
I am going to turn my camera off because my chicken sandwich just arrived.
That's
right on the money.
You already won your obligatory.
Yeah, that I got my one
tunes of the year.
No, Steve, I actually think that you could make it 2 weeks in a row.
All I want to do is tie Mike
have
or
some
beat
fun.
Mike. That's all I ask. I mean, I want to beat Mike at something, and I very rarely get to do that unless it's Pokemon.
Yeah, well, you got to get one more, and I think that you've passed that plateau.
I got to get 2 more.
Got to get 2 more, unless you're just giving him this one tonight. So,
hey, Lucas, Justin, go ahead and take the night off tonight. I'll just.
Wait, that would make for some entertaining podcast.
Yeah.
I got no idea.
Can I get a hint?
All right, guys, I'm going to bring us back in. Let me make a note here.
Let me get my scorecard out, too.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And everybody click on Eugene's face so the Bruce show doesn't have to hear it this week.
I'm going to be distracted by Ice Climber.
Wait, so okay.
Eugene, this weekend I'm going to play some games with my capture card and upload that so you can use it for footage.
I still haven't received an RMA on mine. I actually need to call them for that.
You know, there's a ton of Infendo Plays footage you can use too. Like most of it is cameraless.
Lucas, can you use Grand Real World?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
That's a good point. Actually, I should do that. Okay, but we also have a show to get going, so let me make another note because that was like 10 minutes ago on the other one.
Do we have to
start? Oh, can you guys see the notes that I'm making, by the way?
No.
Nope.
No?
Okay. It's all you, baby.
All right, let's get rolling. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Justin just ate something from... What happened? I'm really concerned about you right now.
Well, that burp came with a surprise.
Oh God!
every first sentence day when we start the show is like not fit to be on the show.
Rolling.
I'm terrified.
It doesn't matter because we're here. We're playing Nintendo's right now.
At least I'm not making racist jokes this week.
We're not guessing what did Justin just eat or what is Justin gonna say next that's vaguely racist. No, we're here to play Nintendo's. And what that's all about is I've got a bunch of songs queued up. I've got 11 of them. And these guys are going to try and guess what games they came from. We have a bunch of suggestions from our patrons. You can actually give us some suggestions as well if you wanted to join our Patreon at patreon.com/InfendoRadio. Just like Kevin Bell did. He's going to be our first patron. Thank you very much for giving us our songs. And without further ado, let's get rolling. As Steve said. I think we've played this one before, but I don't think you guys got it. So let's see if you guys can get it this time.
Hey, these are always fun.
Good.
Tell me if volume's too high right now.
It's good.
Not Illusion of Gaia.
Loud.
I will adjust. Better?
Yes.
Kingdom of the Crystal Palace.
Might be a little bit on the low side, actually, but definitely better than it was.
It sounds fine
to me. You guys are not close.
Lucas out.
You guys are not close, except for the fact that this is a Super Nintendo game. Lucas, I guess, guessed Illusion of Gaia, which is Super Nintendo, so I guess that's your first game.
It's got that F-Zero sound font. So.
Is it F-Zero?
Sure. It is not F-Zero, no. Okay, let's get our next track, and then I'll give you another hint.
Is it
Ice
game
Climbers
I've never
2?
heard of?
It is not Ice Climbers 2. I think you should have heard of this game, or at least this game series, which is your next hint. This is the third
Star
game
Fox?
in a series.
No.
No.
Is it Star Fox?
Third game in the series.
No. Because we got
This is
Star Fox
3.
God. No! This game, let's get you guys another hint. This game was published and developed by Konami.
Contra? No.
Contra 3?
It is Contra. I got it. You got it. You got it.
When I said Contra, you knew I was thinking Contra 3, right?
This is not... That didn't sound like Contra music.
No.
I want to say that there's only one Contra on the Super Nintendo. So
I think
there
are a couple of them. But
well, you said it was the third game, so I thought it was obvious that it's Contra 3.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. Yeah. Awesome. Well done, buddy. Well done. All right, so Justin, tally him up. He's got our first point.
I already did, but the sounds were turned off on my phone, so nobody.
Yeah, you got to turn that up. Our listeners expect.
All right, here comes our next track. This one comes from me. I have a theme tonight.
Oh no!
Since I was running late. Since I was running late, my theme is games that were talked about during the show.
Oh no!
Kingdom of the Crystal Palace.
Why? You're mad at me for last week, aren't you?
I don't know all the Pokemon game music.
Here we go.
Earthbound. Mother 1203.
Negative.
Last Story.
Not Last Story.
Pandora's Tower.
Negative.
I don't even remember what games we talked about.
I barely remember dinner yesterday.
Is it Dark Souls?
It is not Dark Souls. No. I'm going to give you another track.
Can I ask for a general rule that we cannot play some music from games that haven't come out yet?
Is this Towerfall?
It is not Towerfall. And it is not a game that is not out yet. And none of the games that I picked are for games that are not out yet.
Eugene, I think I need a little elaboration.
Yes, I know it's out already, but not on Nintendo systems.
Okay, thank you.
I need elaboration on your rule, and maybe that turned down just a little bit, because it is piercing.
Yes.
When you said games that we talked about on the show, do you mean like last week's show, this show?
No, like literally I was typing in games into YouTube and it's like, Lucas said this fucking shit.
Like today?
Is
just
it
now?
fucking shit?
Like right now, like in the last 40 minutes.
Oh, God.
Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, Pokemon... fuck if I know.
NBA
on Hentai Collection.
All right, guys, let's listen to the music and try to.
No, I am doing what you do every single time, and I'm going to keep doing it until you go absolutely fucking nuts. That is my goal for the evening. You cannot stop me. I am a monster.
All Nintendo's and no podcast makes Lucas go crazy.
I can't hear a fucking thing.
This I'm gonna give you another track. It got quiet here.
It sounds like an RPG. Is it an RPG?
No.
Huh. Can you give us a system or something?
This came out on the Switch amongst
Is it Celeste?
consoles.
Is it
This
Celeste?
is Celeste.
I was just about to say that.
Done. Well done. All right. We're going to have another track. This one comes courtesy of Malik. Thank you for your contribution. Here we go. Where's his track? It's right over here. All right. This one's gonna be tough. So, your first hint on this one is that he requested that I get the Game Boy version of this, but I can only find the NES version. So that's your first hint. Don't all guess at once.
The Three Stooges.
Is not the Three Stooges.
Popeye.
Your first hint is that this game was published by Taito.
Is it Goonies?
By what?
Taito. It's not Goonies.
Is it Grabbed by the Goonies? Is it Ghosts in Goonies?
Unfortunately, it is not Grabbed by the Goonies. God, if I wish it was, though. Here's your next track.
Thank you.
So I'm guessing.
So it was published and developed by Taito, but there is another developer tied to it, which is Twilight, and then there's also another publisher tied to it, which is Ocean. I'm guessing that it's because the difference between the Game Boy and the NES development.
Can you give us genre?
This is a puzzle game.
Oh, crap.
Would you like another track?
God, I cannot
That'd be
imagine
lovely.
spending like 5 minutes in a puzzle game level listening to the same 5-second loop over and over again.
That's literally what the NES was, though. Well, no, that's not true. The
That's not true. The Tetris, both the Tetris and the Dr. Mario music went on for at least a minute.
It's not Yoshi's Cookie, is it?
It is
Or
not
Yoshi?
Yoshi's Cookie.
It's not Yoshi.
No.
Yoshi had his
Okay,
name,
so
yes.
Wario's
apparently
music is
this
one of the
game was named by something else, and I'm going to give you the name of that something else on like Atari consoles and Amiga and Commodore 64 and stuff. It was called Plotting.
Pilates? What?
Plotting.
Good God.
Here's another track.
Is it Scheming?
No. I don't think anybody's going to get this. The subtitle for this is An Exciting Cube Game.
Is it Cubert?
Is it? Wait. Is it Quicks?
It's not Quicks.
Is it Gubble?
I got nothing.
All right, guys, we give up.
Yes, we does.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm out.
This one is a tough one. I've never even heard of it at all. So, flip up, or wait, let me try this again. Flipple / plotting is a tile-matching puzzle video game developed by Taito. Never heard of it.
So,
but
flipple / plotting? That's the name?
It's FIPULL.
How funny would it have been though if, like, as soon as you started playing the music, one of us was like, "This is Flipple."
And it's only
No kidding,
Flipple, faster than lightning.
All
Better than
right.
that
Well, we'll
music.
give the we're going to give the point there to Malik. Thank you for submitting a question there for us. We're going to move on into our next title. This one also comes from a patron. This one is going to come from James Brown or Corrupted. Thank you for your submission. I think this one's going to go real quick. Let me see if I can find one that's not like...
Long bigger.
Mario 64.
No, but you're not there far.
Mario Tennis, Mario Golf.
Mario Golf.
Holy fuck.
Mario Golf. I'm not going to be like one of those people like, which Mario Golf? It's fucking
I knew
Mario
it was one of those.
Yeah, it's Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. So
I'm not even going to get a point tonight.
I've quit already, so.
So far, it's just me and Malik.
Yeah. Yeah, Malik is going to do better than me tonight. That's awesome.
All right. Let's do another one here. This one comes from you guys. You guys said this.
Oh,
no. Oh, damn it.
Get your buzzers ready. Here we fucking go.
Donkey Kong 64.
It's Donkey Kong 64!
Oh, that's a point! Yeah. I love, though, that we all said rare games right off the bat.
That's a very clear rare game, but I forgot what one we actually talked about. Just shot from the hip.
What did you say, Justin?
I said Banjo-Kazooie, and I was just going to keep on going through N64 rare platformers until I got it.
We all said our rare. We all said our rare platformer of choice. That is awesome.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to take a break here because I got to get these cats out of here.
So Justin, you said banjo.
Yes.
Lucas said ukulele. I said Donkey Kong 64.
That's right.
Okay, you're going out too because you keep biting me in the leg.
Yeah, can we get no cats on the podcast except for Justin?
You've been banished to the dark realm.
Eugene needs to do something with his green screen because it's all ripply.
Yeah, Eugene, you got ripples behind you. You need to iron that screen.
Yeah, your green screen's all ripply.
No, my cat was behind it. He's going, rah, 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 rah. Like, fuck you, cat. He's hungry, and that's how he's retaliating. Okay? It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
That was amazing. Can you do that again, Eugene?
No, I will never do that again. Sorry.
That's okay. We have it on the YouTube feed. It's all good.
That's not if I have anything to say about it.
You don't.
Okay, there. I adjusted it so that you can't see the wrinkles anymore.
That was fun.
Side. Are we all ready to move on?
Why not?
Ooh, 2 Justins. Cheater.
I want to mute one of your Justins, Justin.
Yeah, well, I was trying to share my cat, but then I was getting all sorts of feedback because I couldn't mute. Anyway, yeah, just kick it from the call.
So back to the show.
Yeah. Let me eject Justin. Let me make a note here. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, that was fun.
Back from Kitty Disaster. Okay, and we're back. Not that we were gone, but here's the next song. Thank you guys for getting Donkey Kong 64 so quickly. Steve, you like freaking killed it on that one. Very nice.
Hey, it won me the game last time.
That's true. That's true. All right, so
no.
Here's the next track. This one also comes from you guys. Let's get another one of these ones out of the way.
I love how this is probably the easiest Nintendo's we could possibly have because we all know of the games that are in there, but we can't remember what we're talking about.
That's why I thought it was going to be so great.
Things you said 5 seconds ago.
And away we go.
Oh, Pokemon. Sun and Moon, Pokemon XY, Pokemon 5, Gen 5.
This one I'm going to make you guys hash out.
What
So
the hell I know this. Black and white. It's black or white. It's one of them.
We didn't talk about
Because
black
this is
or
like
white.
Nimbus. This is not Nimbus.
No, this is Pokemon Platinum.
Pokemon Black and White. This is Akumula Town.
When did we talk about black and white? I'm calling shenanigans.
We talked about
all of
the
them but black and white.
No, we said Gen 5.
Yeah.
Is that Gen 5? No.
I think you actually said Gen 5. Like, that's when you played with, no, that was Gen 6. Never mind.
You would play the one Pokemon generation I've never really played, Eugene.
Pokemon Black and White is like the best generation.
Yeah, same here.
No, it's
I've
not.
Shut up.
played
I love
just
black.
about
I
every
love
other
black.
generation but black and white.
Black and White was the last one. Honestly, I think that was probably, now that I think about it, no, I got into Black and White too, actually. But other than those ones, I think that was the last big Pokemon game I really, really got my teeth sunk into. So
I loved them.
All right, could you give us a score update, Mr. Justin?
No. Lucas is mopping the floor with us with 4 points. Steve has his 1, and I got nothing.
All right,
I'm just going to sit here crunching into the microphone for the rest of the game.
I've got 4 tracks left.
Ooh,
Please
Justin,
don't
we
go,
can still
actually,
come back.
Justin.
We can
Like,
still come
please.
back, Justin.
What do you mean we? Only one of us can, and it won't be.
Eugene's trying
you
so
can tie.
hard to be the host.
I've got 4 games left. So there is some sliver of
Yeah, you can
opportunity
tie,
that
Justin.
you guys can come in. And then there's a tiebreaker round as well. So there might be a chance. So let's see if you guys can guess this track, courtesy of -64.
Good luck, guys. Oh, wait. I know this. It's Glover.
Oh, I know this.
God damn it.
Jesus.
Did Lucas get it already?
Yeah.
What is
You're
it?
allowed to... Wait. Play along for a second. See if you can figure it out. It's an N64 game.
Justin's
like,
face right now is the best. Here, I'll give you another. I'll give you and Steve another track.
But I know what it
Steve knows
is.
what it is. You heard me say it.
Yeah.
Well,
Justin, see if you can get this and get yourself a bonus point.
I don't know. Glover?
Yes.
it's Glover.
It sounded vaguely like Glover, but I played that game once months ago, so I probably wouldn't have got it before anybody else, even if Lucas hadn't shouted it out.
Like, just so you know, the moment when I said, wait, I know this, was the moment my brain was processing the information.
I hate
And then, like, right after I finished the sentence, I was like, it's Glover!
Oh, that was fun. All right. Very
All right, and that was Nintendo's for this week. All hope is lost. I concede.
No.
don't.
We still
we
have,
don't concede.
We
got
still
3
have
more
another
tracks.
track. Yeah,
Lucas,
we still got more tracks. This one you guys ain't gonna get though. Because it
Lucas
comes
already
from-
has 3 million more votes than I do, so you know.
Eugene might pull close to double points or something.
Well, honestly, if you guys can get this one, I probably would give double points, but it's probably going to be Lucas anyways. This one comes from JZB, so good fucking luck.
Oh no.
I had to pull gameplay video. That's how. This is the character select screen, by the way. There's 4
This
characters.
doesn't sound like anything.
Mortal Kombat Game Boy or
Nope. Okay, I'm going to describe what's going on the screen as how.
Wow.
The screen is going down. There is a crowd of what looks like frogs, but I think they're supposed to be people.
Is this
They
Battletech?
look like frogs.
I was gonna
No.
say that.
Okay. There's a man shaking his fist, and he looks like a frog also, but he only has shorts on.
This
But
has got
they
to
look
be
like
one of
a-
the strangest rounds of Nintendo's we have ever played.
Is it... I'm making this up on the spot. Is it Garo Panic?
It is not Garo Panic. There is a man. He's got glasses on, and he is talking to a man who's going like this. He's going like this man. That's what he's doing, and he's wearing a blue shirt.
This is like trying to describe a comic strip to somebody.
Okay, so your first hint is this is like a beat 'em up game, I guess. So, but actually, it's kind of interesting.
Wait, is this Mercenary Kings?
It is not. This is a licensed title.
Okay. Is it TMNT?
It is not. So,
I'm losing anyway. I want to see what's going on in the chat right now because this. Oh, Jay-Z's having the time of his life right now.
And he owes it all to you.
Okay, your next hint is that this game. This game is on the Game Boy Color. On other consoles, this game was a different type of game. It would have been categorized as a sports game, but this game is categorized as a beat 'em up.
Because those are similar.
Wait, is this the game where you use a baseball bat?
This man is either using a baseball bat or a pipe for sure.
Oh, I don't know what this is called, but I think I've heard of this.
Okay, your next hint is the man that is running right now on the screen with sunglasses was in a movie that was recently released.
Ready Player
Terminator?
Nope. Man, this is just so tough.
I can see through your hair, Eugene.
Okay.
That's what I'm paying attention to now because this is just a lost cause.
All right, so the license that this comes from is a sports license. Sports.
I was about to guess Fooly Cooley, but that's not even a freaking movie. It's just a show.
Space Jam.
No. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put what I see in the green screen behind me, and then the first person who can guess what the hell is going on, what it is, wins. Here we go. Are you guys fucking ready?
Ready as we're gonna be. What the?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Eugene, duck.
Yeah.
Nope. I'll do you one better.
This isn't some sort of weird remake of Urban Champions, is it?
It's not.
Wait. Who does he look like?
The hell?
Wait, is he right when he said The Simpsons?
No. It's not The Simpsons. I wish I could.
Where do you get The Simpsons from this?
What movie?
He's kind of yellowish.
What movie came out recently?
All right. I'm gonna.
Oh wait!
Is this Isle of Dogs the video game?
All right, I'm gonna go to a part where I know it's gonna give it away.
No, wait! I think I know who you're talking about. But all right, give me another hint.
The next hint's gonna give it away, so you better get. If you even can give me like generally what the genre or whatever is.
This is a licensed game, right?
It is. Are you ready for me to give it away?
Yeah.
Give it away.
Here we go.
Give it away now.
Is it? I don't know. Is it a Fast and the Furious game or something?
It is not.
No. It's got to be double. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Why? Okay, so clearly it's a wrestling game, WWF Raw or SmackDown or something like that. I was going to say, when you said the actor has been in a movie recently, I'm like, holy shit, that guy looks like The Rock. What game or what movie was he in back then?
Just so you guys know, nobody's getting this shit. Nobody's getting this shit. Nobody got it. This game is WWF Betrayal. Way to stump them. Jay-Z Beats.
Jesus.
If it hadn't been a beat 'em up, I probably would have gotten it as soon as I saw it.
Guys, watch this. Eugene, I command you to reappear.
Oh, hi guys. I forgot I was. What are y'all talking about, huh?
That's awesome.
All right.
Poor produced audience.
Would I have gotten a point if I just come out and say, "Is that The Rock"?
I would have maybe taken if you would have said, is this a WWF game?
Well, because it wasn't a WWF game. He wasn't wrestling. So I figured
it's called WWF Betrayal.
It wasn't until you switched it over that I'm like, how is this a wrestling game? Because I'm like, wait, that the guy is in a movie now. I'm like, that guy looks like The Rock. What movie was The Rock in back in the Game Boy Color days that would have had him running around shirtless, beating up guys in the street, but also had sports in it? I don't blame KZ Beast for this one. I blame the developers.
I gotta say, you threw me off when you categorized wrestling as a sport.
Yeah,
I'm aware full well that it is, but like TV wrestling is more like drama. If we're being,
I was gonna say that's like soap opera.
Soap opera for sports people.
That is soap opera with testicles.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next track.
My computer almost wore my drink.
This is our final track from a patron. So thank you, Dr. Johnny Thigh, for providing this next track. If you would like to provide a track, you can too by joining us at Patreon at patreon.com/Infendo Radio. Here we go.
This is an Excite truck, right?
This is not Excite truck, no.
Duke Nukem 64?
It is not Duke Nukem 64, but you are correct in thinking that this is a Nintendo 64 game.
Like Doom or Quake 64?
Vigilante 8?
It's not Vigilante 8, no.
Vigilante 9.
It is not Vigilante 9. I was taking you seriously there for a second, and then I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
I was taking him seriously just because I wasn't sure if he knew what Vigilante 8 was.
I have no idea.
$541.
Okay, so your first hint is that this is from a now defunct developer. Well, actually, let me make sure about that. Yeah, now defunct developer, 3DO.
I bid 500 Quatlus on the.
Did you say the name of the developer? Or?
3DO, sorry.
Oh, is this Army Men?
It's not Army Men. In the right wheelhouse, though. Here's the next track.
Worms?
Nuclear Strike?
No.
I think what other games 3DO made? I have a 3DO.
I have the 3DS.
I was just gonna say that, Steve. Of course, you have a 3DO.
Still don't have a CDI or a Jaguar, though.
All right, your next hint is that you were in the right wheelhouse with Army Men because of the genre, generally, I guess, kind of, or the theme, or the, I guess.
World at War.
Shit. Battle Tanks?
This is Battle Tanks. Well done.
I'm like, what other games did 3DO make for the N64?
So this one is called Battle Tanks Global Assault. Well done. Steve, do you have a point yet?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you got that. You got that Donkey Kong point. That's right.
Yeah, damn straight.
Well done. All right. Well, Lucas is officially the winner, but there is one track left. Again, this one's going to be really easy because this one comes from not me, but from you guys. Yeah. So pucker up, bitches.
Pokemon.
Here we go.
Pucker up, bitches.
We've already done Pokemon.
My head wasn't going anywhere, Lucas. I'm sorry. That's where it actually landed. Why is my hair see-through? That's
Kirby's
weird.
Epic Yarn.
I told you that.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
That was going to be my...
Kirby's Epic Yarn. This is indeed Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Well, Lucas gets the win.
Well done, Lucas, once again for winning Nintendo's.
I'm not even giving him that point. You can't fight me for it.
Does that put you in the lead for the year? I hope not.
That makes us tied for the year.
I'm pulling up the score right now.
We're tied.
Are you tied? Are you sure you're tied?
Yeah, because last week you were like, oh, Eugene's ahead by 1, Lucas.
Oh, okay.
well done. That's very nice. So that was kind of a shorter Nintendo Tunes, but I guess that's okay. You guys.
It felt long. That felt like it was forever.
Oh, it just breezed right by, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. It was like
Yeah,
all of a sudden it's over.
Because you're over there playing a game or some shit.
Well, we are going to take a little break here. It's not going to be an epic break like this yarn, but we will be back.
Eugene, did you see that I used epic yarn in our dad joke compilation?
I did. I was gonna say something to you. I wasn't sure, but I was sure, you know.
Like you knew that I knew, but like they didn't know because they're not gamers. So I was like, I can get away with this.
Oh, Slack was funny today. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. So we have two Nintendo. Wait, not Nintendo. Two question block. Mm-hmm.
I may as well read one since I didn't have a.
I'm good with that
news thing.
That'll work. Do you want to take maybe the leading one, and then I can toss it to you to start?
Sure.
Awesome.
We should probably all click on that link real quick and find out what this patent is that he's linked us to.
We should also all unclick on Eugene's face.
No, please. I like watching Eugene the entire time.
With his translucent hair and chair. Hair and chair.
He's magical.
His hair and chair. Here, maybe I can fix that with Wirecast real quick.
What the heck am I looking at?
I know, I was looking at that too.
It's Jackal. Jackal. It's a Jackal.
Could this be Nintendo's newest system?
Yeah, isn't that really interesting? Look at that patent. Open it up that Minus sent us.
But don't talk about it too much because you'll spoil it for people that are listening.
I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to put it in the news. I did see that, but Minus threw that in there at the last minute, so I figured we wouldn't steal his thunder and we just use it as a Nintendo tune.
Can I just say that I freaking love Nintendo? Like they are with their innovation,
right? For sure.
Nintendo, what Sega don't.
Does anybody want to take that second question then?
That's all yours, Eugene.
No, I'd rather
unless you want to take Jay-Z Beats, then I'll take that one.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
I'll take one if nobody wants to read it because I'm good. Well, I don't need it, but I'll take it.
I mean, like I said, unless Eugene doesn't want to read one, because
it just was easier for me as having to write notes and to kind of move people around, not having to read that and
All right, so I'll take Minus, and Justin, you can stick with Jay-Z, I guess.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Love you to death. To
peace. Indubitably.
All right, are we ready?
Let's get rolling. Let me make a note here in Zencaster. I keep wanting to say Audacity, but that's not a thing anymore.
I love this new format.
Yeah, right. It seems to be working, right? I guess the real test will be next week when Lucas tries to have voice meter going at the same time. But
Okay, well that's a whole big discussion anyway because I'm not even sure I'm doing that because I don't know Steve's resistant. So I'm good with whatever we decide. I don't really care.
I'm not resistant at all. You can host. I'm good.
Okay, it seemed like you wanted to host.
We already have all the Nintendo tunes scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could just swap it in the calendar though.
Yeah, Lucas, the way I look at it, the more you host, the more chances I have to get my point.
Well, if I host twice this month, it means you're going to be hosting twice next month. So
I'm good with that too. Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, let's say we roll back into the show.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Justin, prepare an inappropriate comment that will make me gasp.
Please.
All
right, we are back. I'm gonna bring us into the show proper. This is the question block. It's actually hit that question block, but we kind of co-opted question block. I know that I've had a couple of I guess is a sidebar. I've had a couple of people say, "Hey, you guys do know that Nintendo Voice Chat uses question block?" I'm like, "Yes, I know when Nintendo Voice Chat uses question block.
Everyone uses question block. It's the only question thing that has. We could do like mystery berries or mystery seed or whatever from Zelda if you want to be different, but everybody uses question block.
And then, yeah, that's what we arrived at, and here we are. But in this section, you, the listener, that's right, you sitting there, you can join our Patreon, and you can submit a question too, just like JZ Beast did. Justin, do you want to read his question for us?
Sure. I thought I was doing the intro, so I'm a little off my game for a second.
It's okay, Justin. We're all a little off tonight.
All right, so JZ Beast writes in, asks, what are some classic franchises that you guys would like to return in big fashion, like Doom, and who would you like to develop them? And he throws in his answer. Personally, I would love a return to the Jedi Knight style games with weapons and force powers developed by Bethesda or id Software. Somebody want to take this while I think of an answer?
Yes, I do. We're counting it as a franchise because there are 2 games that tie along with this movie, but I want to see a return to Nightmare Before Christmas done by Retro Studios.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep. Take that.
Right? So,
okay, I don't know where to go from that because
I guess when I think of classic franchises, my head immediately goes to like old defunct like Capcom and I guess hold on, do I need to pause here? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's weird. I never
Steve sounds fine.
Yeah. Lucas?
I thought it was
So I can't.
I thought it was me.
I only hear
I started
Eugene
hearing the crackling, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm dragoning."
So everybody's hearing me dragoning is what I'm hearing. Actually, yeah.
I would just hop out and hop back in real quick.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how to handle this. Usually, it's one of the 3 of us.
It's probably because I have the green screen and everything going on at the same time in the background, you know.
Yeah, we've never had that problem before. I hope it's not the new software that we're using.
I'm still trying to think.
So just so you guys know, when I do drop out, one of you guys is going to probably be host, and it's going to say on the bottom, "Stop broadcast" in red. Don't hit that until the end of the show, please. Thanks.
Okay, hit stop broadcast in red. Got it. Will do.
I hate you guys, but I love you guys.
We love you too, Eugene.
I hate you. I love you.
Who got the button? Who got the button?
Oh, did Justin get the button?
I don't see a button.
I don't have a button.
Did Phantom get the button? Is Phantom the host?
Oh no.
No, I'm still host. I'm still host.
Hello, benevolent leader Phantom.
Right? Am I still bragging them?
You're good.
You're perfect.
Okay. I closed some things to reduce that. I had a bunch of tabs open as well that were.
Hey Eugene, you should get an iPad and run some stuff off of that on the side.
Get out of here, you. Never do something like that.
Anyway, you were talking about
Here, let's rewind.
Your thing.
Nightmare Before Christmas, Retro Studios.
Hold on, I need to make a
nothing
note
about
here.
that sounds appealing.
What? Oh, I hate you, Justin. We are not friends. Ever.
I love
Ladies
the
and
movie.
gentlemen,
I just can't imagine
you heard
that
it
the
here.
games based on it were good enough for it to build a franchise
Loki's
around.
episode-
Revenge is such a good game.
Episode 438. Justin and Steve are no longer friends.
All right, let me bring this
anyways,
in
so
here with since I don't exactly know where the dragon is going to start, but okay. Actually, Steve, that kind of brings me to kind of what I would like. So the first thing that came to mind when I heard this question from Jay-Z was that like an old Capcom franchise or an old Konami franchise that's defunct. So and we've actually already talked about this. I'd like to see Contra come back, but I'm not sure who I would toss that over to. That's the question.
Well, WayForward did a pretty good job. Did a Contra game on the DS, so
yeah, WayForward did Contra 4, so that was really good. So yeah, maybe toss it over to WayForward again. I mean, they did a really bang up job, or the Celeste developer even. That'd be really good too. Anybody else have anything else that comes to mind?
I have plenty.
Think of it like
Justin's ready yet.
Yeah, go ahead. I will think of mine after question block is over, and I'll just blurt in the.
So I have two that I can think of off the top of my head. One I talk about like every week, and that's Snowboard Kids. And preferably I would like that to be handled by Atlas, and if possible, Racdium, or whatever their name is pronounced. That Japanese company that makes games that are like all licensed nowadays. But yeah, Snowboard Kids. I've been wanting one of those for years. The other game that
before you go to your other game, could I toss Camelot as a potential developer and make it an RPG?
I would be down for some of that. I would be on board.
You just made me think of one.
Oh, I made a snowboard pun. I would be on board. Yay!
Oh, no.
The other game
let me make a note to edit that.
The other game that I want, and this one is very traditional, so forgive me here. Let me go, and then you can go.
Yeah, I'm looking through my games library for ideas.
I would like Microsoft. I know, I'm excited too, Justin. I would like Microsoft to call up Retro and say, hey, look, we're not doing anything with it. Here's Banjo-Kazooie. You did good with Yooka-Laylee. Here's studio money. Make us a Banjo-Kazooie game.
That was Platonic, not Retro.
Do you think? Oh, Platonic, whatever they're called. Yeah. I mean, Retro could do it, but no, give it to Platonic. But that would be
awesome.
I would like that to be a thing. The biggest problem, in my opinion, as someone who's never played the game, so he's clearly an authority on the matter, with Yooka-Laylee, is that it was made cheap because, they're not a huge developer and they had money, but they didn't have like Microsoft money. I would like to see Banjo 3 finally get made, and I'd like to see it get made by the right people with the right budget. And the only two things that are gonna make that happen is if Microsoft were to come together with them. Ideally, Microsoft would be awesome and be like, hey, we've been doing really well with Nintendo. Let's cooperate and let them have it too. But worst case scenario, we get Banjo on an Xbox system, and someday I have to get an Xbox.
Okay, shut up, because the timer went off, and I...
No, that wasn't the timer. That was...
I thought that was our timer sound effect.
Go, Justin! Go, Justin! Danger!
All right, I've got two of them. I opened up Gamepedia and started looking through the games that I own and which ones I miss. And there's actually one of them I was thinking of today, Burnout. Now I know there's a Burnout Paradise Remastered coming out for Xbox and PlayStation. No, not that. I want Burnout 3 Takedown. That style of Burnout game where, there's a start and finish race and you're focused on taking out your opponents, and it's on the Switch and it's awesome and beautiful. I want Burnout to come back the way it was, how I remember it. The other one that made me go, ooh, was Time Splitters. I want Time Splitters.
Yeah. I would be so on board for that.
And I don't know how many of the former Free Radical developers have joined Platonic or whatever other like spin-off indie studios that have come from Rare developers, but if any of them still exist, even if it isn't Time Splitters, they're like the Rare style of first-person shooters has always been my favorite. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Time Splitters, like maybe 10 to 20 minute long levels with mission objectives.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
Yeah, and like that has always been like the perfect FPS for me, and to have those people go back and do another one on modern systems with online multiplayer.
Oh, please, Justin, stop! Just stop talking. All right, you're getting me really disappointed. Okay, thanks.
I think Steve and I each have one more thing we want to say. So, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Well, then I'll think of a third one too.
Twisted Metal by the guys that did Rocket League.
Ooh,
nice.
That would be interesting.
In the same vein that we got a DuckTales remastered when the new DuckTales cartoon came out, apparently Animaniacs is also getting a reboot, and I would love a remastered version of one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. So
Buster Bust Loose?
Yeah, exactly. No, I would definitely take a remastered version of Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo. I know it's not a franchise, but we're getting a new cartoon. Give me that new game to go along with it, because that was one of my favorites as a kid.
Hey, how about we just get the Disney Afternoon Collection on the Switch finally?
Ooh, yeah, there's an idea.
Remastered or not.
I don't care if it's remastered. Just give me the damn collection.
Although DuckTales Remastered was excellent. I would love to see them do that to the rest of those games.
Sure. All right. Well, let's move on to our next question. This one comes from Minus. I love his first sentence, though, by the way. That's perfect. Why don't you take it away?
Minus starts off by writing, "No trolling this week, LOL." He then goes on to say, "What are your thoughts on this new Nintendo patent that we all looked at during the break? We all know a lot of them could never come true, but what if this one did? What's one game you would like to see that could work with this idea?" So for those of you who are uninformed, shame on all of you, the new Nintendo patent is for this really cool, like, Switch screen looking thing, and you can like attach a bunch of screens to them, and they're all touch screens, and like you can bend them and like bowl with like the pins on one side and the ball on the other. It is ridiculous. I have no idea
what
how
I'm
you
looking
could,
at here.
I have no idea how you could use it efficiently, but I didn't think the Switch could be a thing. So what the hell do I know? Nintendo, keep making gold. Honestly, I don't even have an idea for a game for something like that. Like that is well beyond my area of thought process at the moment after a full day's worth of work. I can't think of anything that can utilize multiple touch screens that can all be interlocked in any particular, maybe like the most bizarre Mario game, like a 2D, like new Super Mario style game.
How about like a Mario? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, the map is like set up in a certain way, but you can like, okay, so you've got like blocks on like a screen. When you flip the screen sideways, so now it's like vertical instead of horizontal, the blocks don't move. So now like they're moving up and down instead of left and right. But then you can like jump up and jump on the blocks sideways and like something like that. Like the map is set in a particular way, but Mario interacts with it based on the direction that the screen.
I kind of like that.
You know, just like stack screens together to play through levels.
Like, you know,
I love that.
You know, what's funny is it's making me think of the scene in The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh where Tigger's stuck at the top of the tree, and so they rotate the book so he can walk along.
Yeah. Gosh, that could. So I was thinking something kind of along the similar lines, but like with a Zelda type game, right? Like a 2D Zelda type game, where you have to solve a dungeon by rearranging the screens or something like that.
Nice.
So,
and they could do it so that from this angle you're looking, and this is great radio, by the way. From one angle you're looking at it in like Zelda 2 style side scrolling, and then do it like this so it's top down.
Yeah, dude.
Both dimensions.
That would be awesome. I would love that. Maybe, and you know, like if they do something like this, I would think that Labo would be involved, because this thing is bananas already, that they use their bananas, you know, video game concept to kind of go with it. Maybe that's what it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be like some cheap screens that you can use for Labo or something like that, you know?
I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm reading it, and I still can't make any sense out of it.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I I saw this come up, and I had to like look at like a few different sources, and I was like, is this for real? But like, no, it's like legit. Like, this is not a troll of any sort. So yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Nintendo has filed some pretty wacky patents that nothing happened with before.
Absolutely.
I mean, remember the build up to the Switch, all the different patents that people did, you know, CGI mock-ups of, like the oval shaped screen with the joysticks built into it and all that, you know.
But if nothing else, it does give you some insight into Nintendo's mind right now, and you know, as a company,
it's a scary place.
Yeah, like as a company, what they're thinking, and I think the key point to take away from it is they're innovating. You know, they're still coming up with new wacky ideas. They're not going to just sit down and say, okay, the next Nintendo system is a PlayStation 5. You know, like they're going to do something bizarre and weird, and hey, maybe this will be a new handheld and it'll be different from the Switch. You know, like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, every time Nintendo has a hit, everybody else tries to copy them. So, you know,
for sure.
So they know what they're doing, and they generally know what works and what doesn't. So,
right. So I'm gonna. I pulled up the screen on my background, so at the very least, the people in the live that are watching us on the YouTube can see. But yeah, like you can interlock it the like 2 or 3 screens together to like make complete the picture. This is the part that really intrigued me, though, kind of like that you could have the screens together, like but then you can make one screen go in like a, you know, like tilt it, yeah, like in a 30-degree angle or something like that, and then have like the game do something. Like the example that the patent is showing is that there's like bowling pins on the bottom screen, and on the inclined plane is the bowling ball. And so like I can think of some pretty cool applications for something like this. But you know, again, like Justin said, this very well could not ever be a thing, but it's cool to speculate. Steve, anything?
No, this whole thing just baffles me. Like the kind of stuff that Nintendo does like this are definitely for those of creative of mind, and I don't have the ability to think that abstractly about stuff. So
abstract is a good way to describe it.
Yeah, like I don't know. Even the Switch, when it came out, was something that I didn't even think was going to be possible. So you know, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it, because the way this looks is it looks like you would be putting multiple Switches together, and for those of us that have multiple Switches in the house, that's actually kind of cool, though I might not have to buy anything else to make this work.
Right.
So
awesome. All right, well, we are out of time. Justin is full of ideas now, though, but that's okay.
Yeah, because I'm still scrolling through my thing, and for Jay-Z's question, I want to also throw Mario versus Donkey Kong, the original,
God,
the original puzzle platformers, not the stupid minis marching lemmings.
So like Donkey Kong 94 and its sequel.
Right, sure. All right, well, we are going to move on to our next section, and that is change the system, and it might actually be quite the change to the system, because we didn't have one last week, and I've actually been playing games, so I'll have something to talk about. So, yeah, why don't we roll right into that? Who wants to take the lead? Justin, I know you had some games that you were reviewing even, and I don't think that you got to talk about them by the time that we had our last change to system.
No, I had just started playing. I don't even know if I think I just downloaded Load Runner. What's the subtitle on that? I gotta turn my Switch on.
Isn't it Load Runner Remastered or Reloaded or something?
Legacy. I thought it was a Legacy. Yeah, I just started Load Runner Legacy when we did our last change to system, so I didn't have much to say on it other than it really captures the essence of classic Load Runner. I don't know how far I am through it right now. I've done dozens of stages and unlocked additional modes and everything, but if you like Load Runner, you will love Load Runner Legacy. I mean, this is bringing back memories of playing the game on my old 87 Macintosh, and just the trying to wrap your brain around the layouts and what blocks you have to eliminate first and how to get in and out without getting trapped, and with the bad guys chasing you, and if they pick up the money, how to, you know, get it from them without getting cornered. And yeah, if you like Lode Runner, highly recommend Lode Runner Legacy. I'm not I don't know how far I am from the end of it, so I'm not quite ready for a review on that, but thus far I'm loving it. The other game I got for review, not quite so glowing an opinion on that. Pirates All Aboard. Okay, here's funny little story. About 10, maybe 12 years ago, there was a mobile game, not like iPhone mobile, but old, you know, push button mobile game of Pirates of the Caribbean. And one of the things you do is you sail around the screen and you shoot cannonballs at another ship. That is basically what Pirates All Aboard is. You pick one of, I think, like 5 different ships, and you sail around, and they all have different stats based on speed, durability, and the power of your hits. You sail around. There are other ships on the sea. There are islands and stuff that you gotta maneuver around, and you fire your cannons either 90 degrees left or 90 degrees right, and you just basically float around shooting other pirate ships. When they wreck, you can go pick up what they leave behind, and then that's it. You just kind of keep doing that until time runs out or you die. If this were on the eShop for, you know, $2-3, I'd say it's a pretty, you know, it's a good crapper game. You know, you get about 5 minutes worth of fun out of it. I believe the going price for it right now is $9.99.
Wow.
Yeah, that is just absolutely ridiculous. If you have other games by the developer, you can get a discount. But if the other games by this developer are of the same caliber, then you probably don't have them, or at the very least, if you bought one of them, you never bought another one again. This is not a game I would have spent money on. Appreciate getting the review code. I play it on occasion.
So
but
Phantom just checked for us. It's $5.99. So I guess that's a little bit more palatable, but
yeah, I mean, it's inevitably going to have a price drop. If it sounds like something you can have fun with and it drops down to $3, grab it, because I'm kind of enjoying it. It does have multiplayer, and
well, that's always a plus.
Yeah, I was actually saying, you know, in our group chat, it's a shame that they only sent us one review code, because if they sent a review code for all 4 of us, then all 4 of us could get in and actually play and compete with each other. It would probably be, you know, exponentially more fun. But
sure,
as it is, as a single player game, it's nothing. So I don't know if it's even worth writing anything up for that, because literally it will take me longer to write the review than it does to play the game. But Lode Runner is certainly going to get a write-up when I get around to it, especially after I finish it, because there's definitely some TLC put into that game. They were definitely fans of the franchise, the developers who made that. Sure. Besides that, I have been replaying Lego City Undercover. A couple weeks ago, Lego Games went on a pretty big sale, and I picked up Lego Worlds, which I've had my eye on since I got a Switch. And I debated on getting Lego City Undercover because I already have it on the Wii U. It was one of the first games I got for the Wii U. But I loved it so much that the idea of having it portable and, you know, whatnot, just, and for so cheap. So I got that, and I'm hooked on that again. And basically what I'm doing with it now is I'm just going to blow through the storyline and then spend my, you know, free time just kind of doing all the open world stuff afterwards. Nice. The only other thing I have to add is last night we played some pretty intense matches of Rocket League, which is only the second time I've actually really played Rocket League. And I'm finally getting.
That's only your second time. You played pretty good. You're like man of the match. One of the ones I played with you actually.
Yeah, well, towards the end of the first time I played, I started to learn how to do some of the things. So,
sure.
Yeah, now that I'm getting a little bit of skill in it, you might find me online in that a little more often.
Awesome,
good.
Cool.
I can. As I say, I can jump in next because I can kind of follow on the Rocket League thing.
Get him.
Oh, you haven't been playing City Undercover, you deadbeat?
Yeah, I'm a deadbeat. Like Justin, I have been playing Rocket League. Last night we got the Infendo 4 together for I think the first time ever in Rocket League, actually.
Maybe we did one time, the first, like when we first had it.
When it first came out and all of us got our hands on it, we played, and that was like the last time I really played it.
But that was a lot of fun. We won a fair few of the matches we did. One of the things that I've been practicing, speaking of techniques, is like when you're driving forward and you flip yourself forward to go faster.
That was something I didn't know about until the end of the first time I played it. I'm like, how do these people do these really technical kicks, for lack of a better description? And then when I'm like, oh, hey, that's how they do the flip. And so that's how I started actually scoring goals last night.
Yeah, and that actually helps. The one that I'm kind of trying to learn now is a sideways flip. So instead of flipping your car like it's doing a frontward somersault, you flip it off to the side so you can move to the sides a little bit faster. I'm working on that. Lucas has been working on teaching me how to like fly or jump straight up in the air. So yeah, I have been playing Rocket League. Since the last time we did this, I bought the costume pack DLC for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I just started with the first one in line, which one was it? Oh, it's the Officer Shantae. It's the one where it basically turns not Pirate's Curse, sorry, Half Genie Hero. But it basically turns Half Genie Hero into Mighty Switch Force.
Oh,
so
okay.
Shantae takes on the role of whatever the protagonist of Switch Force is.
Be honest with us, you just wanted the bikini costume.
Yeah, that's exactly that actually. No, I wanted it because I have to complete the whole goddamn game. It is repetitive. I still hate Mermaid Falls, just like I did in the regular game, just like I did in Friends to the End, and just like I did in Pirate Queen. I'll probably hate it again in the Bikini and the Ninja DLC. But yeah, it is fun. I was telling Lucas that it feels very much like playing Mighty Switch Force, but in a Shantae skin pack, basically, which is kind of cool. So I have been enjoying that. And then there was I started up Pokemon again.
Which
they did
Pokemon?
Ultra Sun, or no, excuse me, Ultra Moon is the one that I'm playing right now.
You probably have both, don't you?
No, I don't have Ultra Sun yet. I have Sun and Moon. I've beat Moon. I've put an hour into Sun. I bought Ultra Moon, and then I haven't bought Ultra Sun yet because I've got a living Pokedex, so I didn't feel the need. They did an event on Pokemon Bank where you could get the Gen 7 starters with their hidden abilities. And the water starter has the ability that matches the team I'm building right now. I have a Sylveon that I'm particularly fond of that knows an ability called Pixelate, which takes a normal move, boosts it by 1.5 times, and turns it into a fairy type move. They have similar abilities for other types like flying and a couple others, but the starter from Gen 7, the water starter, got an ability that's similar called Water Voice, where any voice-based attack is turned into water and boosted by 1.5, which works because the move that I've been using is Hyper Voice. So because it's fairly powerful and it hits both Pokemon, but it hits behind a substitute. And then Lucas just gave me another Pokemon called Auroras, I think it's called. It's an ice type. It's one of the fossils, if I remember right. But it has that same ability where I can use Hyper Voice and turn it into an ice type. So I'm working on building an entirely Hyper Voice based team right now.
See, I know this is your time here, but like just hearing you play or talk about Pokemon, it's like a different. You guys are playing a different game. Like I would never use a move like that because I am of the opinion that if I'm not attacking with every turn, then I'm missing out. Like I need to every turn. Yeah, so like I just use whatever's dealing the most damage, and that's what I'm spamming.
That's the beauty of Hyper Voice is it does attack. And it attacks both Pokemon on the opposite team, if not all three, if you're in a 3-person battle. Well, but like, go ahead, Lucas. What were you going to say?
That's also how you play when you're playing just the main game. When you're playing the main game, there's like no point in having stat effects or anything like that. You're just going for damage. Once you actually start playing like the game inside the game, then things get a lot more intense. But you know.
See, I don't think I've ever played that game inside the game that you guys have been gaming. That's a different game entirely.
And see, I bet that we could get Justin into it. Eugene, you would be a hard sell. You know, just with the amount of time that Lucas and I stay up and strategize about this game and think up new crazy ideas, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if we would be able to sell you on it, but I guarantee that if Justin spent a couple evenings with me and Lucas, he'd be into it with us.
Yeah, you would far more likely get Eugene into it because I don't have evenings.
Well, you know what I mean, though. If we had time to spend with you where we could talk to you about some of this stuff, I guarantee.
I have kids during the day and a fiance at night, so I don't have time to learn new ways to play games that I rarely play.
It's not even learning new ways, though. It's just learning the finer mechanics of the game. Like that's the beauty of Pokemon is there's just so much that's in it that so many people can just gloss over just because it's kind of buried.
I'm all for glossy.
God.
Just give me the game. Let me turn it on. Know what I'm doing. Play it for an hour or two and be happy with it. That is a game for me.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on to the next person. Are you ready, Lucas, or you want me to hop in here? Because I've got a.
I'm good either way, dude.
Well, we're gonna connect on a game we're gonna connect at least on one game at the very least. So let me guess. Let me take it away here, I suppose. I have been playing games, guys. Again, this is the thing. So we did play Rocket League the other night, and that was actually really fun. That's pretty much the only other game that I had been dabbling in my game time. So, but it was really nice to play a game with everybody. So that was a good time. Maybe next time we can actually be in chat. I will. Were you guys chatting last night, by the way, or were we all just playing?
Yeah, me and Steve were.
I understand.
Right. I was text chatting because I can't voice chat at night.
Fair. Well, but the other game, one of the other games that I've been playing is Disc Jam. I've actually really gotten into it. Now, I'm not Phantom level. So Phantom, don't know if I'm ready to challenge you quite yet.
Third regional player.
No. I'm barely graduated from playing the AI things or whatever. I guess it downloads like AIs based off of like real life players. So I've gotten to a point where I don't need to just play those, and I'm playing actual people, and it's ranking me accordingly. I guess because there's like a ranking system, but I find that even with that, some of the people are just like really fucking good. But anyways, yeah, I end up holding my own. I'm starting to learn some of the strategies. It's weird because you can almost play the game and like input like Street Fighter-esque combinations into the controller before you throw the disc, I guess, for lack of better terms. So like if you do like a quarter circle, for example, it'll like curve the disc, and then there's a bunch of other different type of combinations that I'm just kind of sort of getting used to. And it's like, yeah, it really is all about the mind games, just like Phantom said. So like you can be like standing on the edge of the arena, and then you think somebody's gonna throw the throw that's gonna curve and like bounce along the edge to the end, but really what it does is it zips all the way to the other side. And I really love this game. It's got a lot of strategy to it. I got it on, I think I got it on sale, but even if I didn't get it on sale, I would really recommend it. I know, Lucas, you have it, but you haven't played it much. You're kind of indifferent on this one, I think you said, right?
I think I may have actually deleted it. I'm not sure if I still have it anymore. I went through kind of a purge a while back, and that was one of the ones I purged. So yeah, it's not a bad game. It's just I didn't get much out of it. I wasn't immediately good at it, and I didn't really have the desire to get better at it. So I just kind of I was like, meh.
Right, for sure. And you know that, I mean, that is a thing that happens. Like, not every game is for everyone, but like, I don't know why this one in particular sunk its hooks into me. So yeah, that I've been playing a lot of Disc Jam. That's kind of been my main jam. That helped me get out of my game jam. And another game that helped me to do that was Breath of the Wild, because that's
oh yeah, I've been playing a lot of that too.
Well, I actually have been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild. We went on vacation-ish, sort of, like a couple of weekends ago, and I took my Switch with me, and I busted out Breath of the Wild because there was really no Wi-Fi to play any like online games, and so I, said, hey, what's a solo game that I can really sink some hours into while I'm laying here, just chilling? Oh, Breath of the Wild. And then yeah, I really started to play that one. I booted up my master mode file, and I've been trying to get everything in that. I realize that there is still a ton of stuff for me to do on my master mode, which is great because it's been months and months and months since I've really played Zelda, so I kind of missed it. So that's a thing. I think that I don't know that I'm gonna play my normal file that has Trial of the Swords on there and everything like that completed. Actually, I don't think I even completed Trial of the Swords now I think about it. But the second part of the DLC with like my motorcycle and everything, like I think I'm gonna stick to master mode and try and complete that. So yeah, that's pretty much been all that I've been playing. I do have to say that I'm enjoying my time with Breath of the Wild. It doesn't feel like it's a chore or anything, mainly because I think the difficulty spike is really making me play the game a lot differently. So
I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild this week as well, and like every time I boot it up, I'm like, should I start master mode? I'm like,
do it. Do it. Abandon your old and then start a new. And because here, let me tell you why. Because like I was struggling at first too. And I'm not going to lie to you, having to do all the shrines again that you've already done, that kind of blows. But personally, like I am playing the game a lot differently, having to approach enemies differently, having to approach challenges a lot differently. And I'm finding in doing so, I'm finding a lot of things that I missed playing it normally, like, in non-master mode. So
anyway, to finish what I was saying, I really want to start master mode, but I'm seriously considering getting it on the Switch first so that I don't have to start master mode and then never be able to play it.
Yeah, if you're going to play master mode, definitely get it on the Switch because you can do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
It's a portable thing.
Fighting the urge to get it again.
Yeah, that was the other game I forgot to mention I've been playing. I did the Tarrytown quest. I thought it was amazing.
Oh, cool.
So
I like that one too, yeah. Well, at the very least, Justin, you can get it, if you do decide to get it, you can get it on like a used buy two get one free or something like
for
that.
very
I'm
cheap.
thinking about that. I mean, like, I would rather have it digitally, but that's a pretty good chunk of coin there. So, especially for a game I already have. But
all right. Well, Lucas, why don't you tell us about what you've been playing? You've been sitting there rather quietly and patiently.
I don't remember if I mentioned that I 100% Kirby like 2 weeks ago, but that was a thing I did. Breath of the Wild, I'm at like 466 for Koroks. So that's a thing.
I thought you were going to say hours played, and I was going to not.
Probably that too, if we're being real. No, I'm going through Korok hunting in my free time. It's a good game when there's like literally nothing else to do. That's been less of a problem for me this last week though. I played Subsurface Circular because it was like ridiculously cheap. That was last week. It's a good game. It's kind of a weird, I guess visual novel game, but it's meant to be a short kind of experience.
Sure.
I played a game called Shelter Generations, which is bizarre. You play as a mother lynx and you have babies and you have to protect them and help them grow up. I was playing with Phantom. I named my babies Eugene, Justin, Steve, and Phantom. We went to go eat eggs and Justin got carried away by a hawk. I had to jump up in the air and save Justin before the hawk devoured him. So far, none of my babies have been taken, but that's a game. It's very bizarre. I have no idea if that one will be good or not. Like always, I played Splatoon. I played Rocket League with everybody. I actually have a review copy too that I'm playing that I should probably try to get uploaded by tomorrow because the game actually comes out on the 20th. It's called The Way Remastered. It was a game that came out a couple years ago. This is a obviously remastering of it. At first, I went into it being bored just because it isn't my type of game normally, but I ended up really enjoying it. Then the problem was that it's crashed on me a couple of times. So that's kind of part of the reason why I haven't gone back to it. I lost like an hour's worth of gameplay. So not great for a review copy because that's a thing that is going to get mentioned. But the game itself is interesting. So that will hopefully be on the site tomorrow or Friday-ish.
When did they say the embargo was or whatever for that? Because
the embargo,
I don't even think it's out yet.
The embargo was yesterday, and the game actually comes out on the 20th.
Okay, so yeah, hopefully it gets patched for day one, kind of like Phantom said. But
yeah, that would be nice because it's kind of a bummer. I mean, like I just started getting into it, and then I got like a crash. So that's a thing. The other game, the big game that I've been playing, and go back a few podcasts and totally make me eat crow, is Pokken Tournament. I was like, screw it, let's play it. I need something to play. Let's play Pokken. It's really good on the Switch. It's a lot better than it was on the Wii U. They added challenges, like the gameplay feels better. I'm really enjoying it. Like I have a main now. It used to be Gardevoir and I wasn't great with her. Now it's Scissor and I'm a lot better with him.
I was gonna tell you, let me take a guess, because you went gaga when you discovered that. You're like, oh my god, I can fly.
Dude, it's the best. Like it's such a fun game. So I'm happy to see that I will probably get a lot more than 10 hours out of this version as opposed to the one that I had on Wii U. I've dove into online play. I got destroyed by a guy who had like 950 wins. I beat a guy who had 650 wins. So I'm feeling pretty neutral about the whole experience right now. But I like it. I really like the game.
How does online work? Does it connect to the Wii U version, or is it strictly Switch to Switch?
I have to assume it's Switch to Switch.
Yeah, because there are like
the new
2 or 3 times as many characters on the Switch.
Yeah, no. That would be dumb. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's really enjoyable though. I'm having a good time with it.
Awesome. Anything else you've been playing? Is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it. I don't know. It's been like 2 weeks. I can't really remember everything, but I think that's kind of the long and short of what I've experienced this week gameplay wise. I haven't been playing a ton of games, just some off time after work. So,
For sure. Well, all right. Sounds good. Well, we didn't quite make it to your timer. You still got 30 seconds, but that's okay. Because we are going to call it a night. Hey, guys, we made it at the 2-hour mark tonight. I don't think that's ever happened before, but
amazing.
Yeah, I guess that's all right. We were somewhat prepared. We have a new recording platform, so hopefully it sounds nice for y'all tonight. Let us know if it doesn't. Please let us know if it doesn't, because we're looking to maybe, pay for this platform. So we'll see how that goes. But in any case, we are going to get out of here for the evening. So before we do, be sure to check us out on all of our various giveaways and everything like that. You can follow and retweet our one of our tweets to win a $10 gift card. We're probably going to have another one at least for the entire month of April, I think we've got that lined up. So a chance to win another $10 gift card if you don't win this one. So look forward to that. You have a chance to win 3 amiibos that are all Kirby. Don't worry about that guy that doesn't look like Kirby. He's an unlockable in Kirby's Epic Yarn.
I think that one's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, that Pokemon. He's an unlockable Pokemon in Kirby. Yeah, I don't know, up, down, down, left, right, ABA.
Can we get a yarn Pokemon game?
God, actually, freaking, that would be rad. Actually, I would dig that. Maybe a yarn skin on Pokemon Go or something like that.
There we go.
But in any case, yeah, you can do all of those things, win some stuff. You can follow us on various places. Where can they follow you, Steve?
You can follow me at Gentis1 on Twitter, and I'm also working behind the scenes on the Nintendo Fever Twitter account, which is at Nintendo Fever.
Very nice. Where can we follow you this week, Justin?
You can follow me on Twitter at Infendo Justin. All of my gaming stuff is on there. I also have at Utilidork, which is stagnating while my brain kind of catches up with me. So, check it out. I'll let you know when there's something worth seeing. Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, where can we find you, Lucas?
Just go to hughadventure.com. That's my Patreon. That's where I've been posting updates lately. Everything's nice and efficient. No crazy weirdness.
Awesome. You don't even want to give out your Twitter handle tonight? That's
fine. Just follow the Patreon. Go to the place where you can give me money.
Very nice.
He ain't stupid. He knows what's up.
Well, you can follow everything that Infendo is doing by going to @Infendo on Twitter. Make sure, like I said earlier, to find all of those tweets that you need to retweet. Make sure to follow us so you can learn about all of our contests and giveaways. You can also go to the Patreon, which is at patreon.com/InfendoRadio. But don't forget to go to Infendo.com, where you can also find links to all of that stuff. You can join our Twitter. You can join our Discord. You can join our merch shop and buy our shit. I mean, there's lots of ways to give us money. All you got to do is ask. We'll find it for you. Other than that, you can follow me at Infendo Eugene on Twitter, and I'm usually just retweeting stuff that I find funny. All right, guys, I think it's time to get out of here. What do you say? That speaks volumes. Yeah, that speaks volumes. All right, guys, we are going to get out of here. It's been a week. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next time. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Peace.
Yeah, Lucas, we got to find some time one of these nights to play some Pokken, because I haven't played it since the Wii U version first came out. And
I will throw so down.
Yeah, Lucas, I'll kick your ass any day you want.
I saw it for really cheap, too.
I'm sorry I was a little distracted toward the tail end of this. I had like a weird little bruise on my foot, and it was like right where the vein was. So initially I looked down and my vein is like an off shade of purple. And I'm like, the hell is that? And it started it started like clearing up as the show went on. So now I'm just kind of slightly red, but like toward the tail end of the show, I was kind of freaking out for a minute.
I saw you turn off your camera, so I was.
That was me inspecting my foot to make sure that there was nothing.
That would have been funny.
Inspector Foot is my my porn name.
I totally believe you.
I thought you were going to say your band's name in college.
I'm so happy that we're still on live.
It's true. Hey, but before we go, click over somewhere. You can follow us over here. You can get the videos
right up over there. That's a thing. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that. You want to be there, right? But what about this? I'll look at that over there. Don't go here though.
Do we have a live producer yet, or is that still?